Hi, it's the Green Food Safety Coach again. We've just had Australian Food Safety Week here in this country, and it was all this year about myths and mastery, and about food safety myths and talking about the correct way of doing things. And one of the myths that came through was that it's okay to thaw food on the bench. And I thought that today I'd talk about that in my continuing series of food safety myths. It's not okay to thaw food on the bench. Food, potentially hazardous food, that includes all foods that contain food poisoning bacteria, and because of the nature of the food will allow bacteria to grow. And so common foods like that are the meats, poultry, seafood, cut fruit and vegetables, cooked rice and pasta, eggs, some dairy foods, and meat alternatives. In other words, foods that are used by vegetarians instead of eating meat. Things like gluten or lentils or those type of foods. All those foods will contain food poisoning bacteria, and that's what makes them potentially hazardous. And if those foods aren't properly handled, they will allow the bacteria to grow. Now, bacteria grow best in what's called the temperature danger zone, and that's between 5 and 60 degrees. So you've got to keep potentially hazardous foods below 5, in other words cold, or you've got to keep them above 60, in other words hot. So you've got to keep cold foods cold and hot foods hot. Now frozen foods, anyway, those that are minus 18 or thereabouts, the bacteria that's in them, the food poisoning bacteria or pathogens, are not actually dead. They're simply dormant or asleep. And so therefore, when you start to thaw out the food, the bacteria come back, wake up, and they start doubling. Now, majority of food poisoning bacteria will double approximately every 20 minutes at room temperature or within the danger zone. Some are faster, some are slower, but the average is around 20. So therefore, if you've got food that's sitting in the danger zone and it's thawing, the outside of that food is going to be getting into the danger zone and allowing the bacteria that we know is in it to grow. And then, if you don't fully cook it properly and make sure that it gets above 75 degrees for cooking, then you're going to be making your family sick. So is it okay to thaw food on the bench? No, it's not. Food, frozen food, if you're thawing it, must be thawed in the fridge, in a covered container in the bottom of your fridge or cold room. It's the only way to ensure that it's actually safe. Till next time. This is the Green Food Safety Coach. Bye.